welcome. I'm here to create a space of healing and support for some of my Temple of Balance patrons. Thank you for your support and thanks for being here. And a big thank you to my patrons for December 2023. I've just been doing January readings, so I'm in 2024 mode. So hopefully, if I slip up, I mean 2023, as you would know. So welcome. What I'm going to be doing is I have six individuals here on my healing list. I've got their names on pieces of paper, and I'll be pulling your name from the pot and focusing on you at the right time. So to support that focus, I'll be grabbing a healing energy card to begin with. I might share further about that card or I might not, I'm not really sure. And then I will tune in. So as I tune in, I'll be tuning in the way I always tune in, which is thinking of you. And then I start feeling energy in my body, feeling things that I know are not the way I usually feel when I'm just me. So I start feeling new things and then I do my best to interpret those feelings as best as I can. I also get visions and sensations, and just depending on whatever it is that we're doing. So I'll connect with each person for about 10 minutes and then I'll pull a healing energy card to go. So I'm going to be here for a good hour, and if you are one of the people on my list, I look forward to connecting with you. And if you're not on the list but you just happen to be here, then you're very welcome to stay. I'm sure that something shared for someone else will be supportive and helpful for you. So if I was listening and I was waiting for my turn, or if I wasn't on the list, I would be taking a nice big breath, and I'd be being open to receiving the energy I need. I'll be opening to listening to what speaks to me, but also not only listening with my ears, listening with my body, listen with my heart, and really notice the things that do something, in my body that I have a bit of a response to. And I'd be really paying attention to those things. So be open to receiving what you need. Now, as I do connect with you, so when it's your time and your turn comes, then certainly take some nice big breaths, really surrender and be open to receiving and hearing what you need. And I would come back to and connect with it a couple of times over the next few weeks and just see how things are fitting and feeling and flowing. So that's that. So how is everybody today? It certainly feels good. This is my fourth video for the morning. It's only 10 o'clock. So it feels good to, I'm sort of in video sharing mode. And then I'll probably go off and do some lawn mowing or something. Because my lawns are getting long, my grass is getting long, but it's been so hot, I don't really want to get sunburnt. So it's do it at the end of the day, or do it on a day that's perhaps not so hot. So the sun comes out as I say that. This is my little sculpture garden behind me, and I'm sitting in my studio at the moment, so it's quite beautiful. So welcome. I saw a comment there come up. How do I get those back? Oh, here's Scorpio. Welcome. All right, so let's see who's first. The first person on my list today is this person, and it's Amanda Sanders. Welcome back, Amanda, to our Patreon. So Amanda, please take a nice big breath. It's funny, actually, I literally just did your January 2024 reading, Amanda. Like, yours was the last video I did. So I'll send that out to you if you are watching. I'll send that out to you when I'm done with this video. So Amanda, please, nice big breath, and let's see which healing energy card you need. We'll go with this one. It's from the original deck, and it is New Life, which is actually pretty funny when you see your video. New Life card 36. It's in the depth category. So something deeply incubating, something that's deeply evolving and growing inside you, like a fetus or a baby, but it's representing something that's birthing, something that's growing, something that requires nurturing and care and tending to and time. You know, sometimes things need time to germinate and time to grow. We might be feeling impatient because we want it to happen today or yesterday, but it's premature to bring things into life too early, earlier than they're, too prematurely. So there is something here, I feel, with this for you, Amanda. So that's, and there's butterflies, which also relates to your reading from before. So take a nice big breath for me, please, Amanda. And I'm being drawn down to your belly. So down to your sacral chakra, your womb, just below your navel. This is your feminine center. It's your center for emotional, sexual, and creative energies. And this energy that's coming in and wanting to really hold you and support you in the womb. It doesn't feel stationary though. It feels like energy that wants to move. So there's nurturing that wants to move. There are things that want to happen here. So I feel things moving across, like energy moving across, like arms or hands moving across the belly and then back into the belly. So there's like a nourishment, a nurturing, a tending to, a caressing of your belly and the energy that you're storing in here. And there's something, I feel that this is where I feel something's growing, something, a seed that was germinated, a seed that was planted some time ago that has been waiting for the right time to activate or to awaken, has awakened. And it's awakened a little while ago, so it feels like it's been growing for a little while. It's still got a little bit longer to go yet before it potentially manifests. But I feel like something moving here. Now above this, so it feels like a seed, like a big bean, a bean that's probably about this big. And on top of this bean is like a film, and it looks like a film of plastic, which has some flexibility to it, but it's also fairly stiff. So it has the texture, if you like, or the flexibility of like cardboard that can still move and bend. Not crumply up plastic. So it's like a film of like cardboard that's quite stiff, and it's just curved over the top, protecting the top of this bean that wants to grow. It's like a magic bean. And in this bean is a whole new world. It feels like looking into Genie's bottle or something. Like there's a house, there's a whole world in this bean. It's it contains so much in here. It's like looks like a snow globe or something. Like there's a world within this bean, within this space. Now this sheet of plastic over the top feels like it's protecting. It's a bit like an umbrella that's it's keeping the bean dry. So instead of the rain coming down and wetting and soaking the bean, it's got this film of plastic like an umbrella that's keeping the water off the bean, which is interesting. And it sounds quite bizarre, but that's just how I'm feeling it at the moment. So I'm going with that. The water is emotion. It's actually emotion. These are tears. These are emotions that come down from you and wash over and into your sacral chakra. So you're protecting the being from your own emotion, which I find sort of interesting. Because I feel the emotion sort of washing down like a gentle moving waterfall, and it comes down to this plastic sleeve. Oh, I think I'm going to sneeze here. It moves down to this umbrella, this plastic sleeve, and just washes away. Excuse me. And so it washes away and washes over this bean. I want to take the umbrella down. I really don't feel that you need to protect the bean and what this energy is. You don't need to protect this from your own emotions, from your own feeling and passion that can actually feed this and actually potentially allow it to grow quicker and stronger and even be even more magical. I'm going to need to use a tissue. Sorry, excuse me a second. So I feel this umbrella, putting down this umbrella like this plastic sleeve, we're folding it up, and so it's like we're closing up an umbrella and we're putting it away. So actually we don't need to you don't need to hold this, because I see you putting it outside of yourself, sitting it down on the earth where it soaks into the ground and returns back to love. So you don't need to protect this part of you. You don't need to speak for, uh, there's a sense that maybe it's coming up to in your life is like a trying to protect others, trying to be a mediator for others as well, trying to keep other people safe. And I feel like you don't need to do that anymore. So putting that need to protect, that need to keep others safe, I feel putting that aside, I feel is really freeing. There's something that actually shifts here in your left hip that is moving you out of the past and bringing your left hip up to your right hip, so into the now, into the present moment. So things are getting back into alignment. There's energy moving too with this umbrella energy, this need to protect. There's energy moving in your lower back, a heavy sort of energy. It feels quite dense, actually, dense, heavy energy that's actually moving, and it wants to move out and away. So I can feel that sort of like an energy's coming in from behind your lower back and scooping that dense, heavy energy out like it's thick tar or something. It's quite moist and thick and oozy, so very slow moving, but very heavy. So that's sort of washing out or being scraped out, moving out of the back of your sacral chakra at your lower back there. So this is old emotional energy. I feel like you've been trying to protect this being and what this being represents on all sides and all angles. And instead of protecting it, if you can clear the stuff that's coming in at it instead of letting the stuff come in at it and then let it have it wash away or wash off over it. I feel like getting to the source is actually more productive, because I feel like water coming down from above like a waterfall, but I also feel this black tarry oozy energy that wants to come in from the inside that also you've been trying to protect. So you've been trying to protect this and what this represents on all sides and all different directions for some time. And now to let go of that need to do that by clearing that umbrella, I feel is going to bring these other things to the surface that we can then shift. So this old heavy black and tarry energy is clearing out of your lower back. It's like a burrow in there that's filled, that's clearing. So this energy is coming in like a windy or a watery energy that's washing that out, and that's falling down to the earth behind you, where it soaks into the earth and returns back to love. There's also energy that's coming in on the sides, so on your waist. It's also trying to come in and squish things or tighten things up, restrict you, restrict your growth, restrict the potential that you have inside you that's coming in like a force, like you're on, like your waist is in a vice, but the vice keeps tightening and tightening and tightening, and things keep feeling more and more restricted and trapped. So I feel that vice and the way it's been slowly moving over time, just tightening and tightening and tightening things up, that stops moving. And now I feel like I want to pry open the vice and drop the metallic, heavy metal kind of force of that, like unhinge that and drop that down to the earth as well on both sides. So that goes down to the earth and returns back to love as well. And now we can deal with this emotion, and I feel like it feels like your eyes, but I feel like it actually comes from your third eye. This is trust issues that you've had, perhaps trust issues you've had with yourself. So perhaps self-trust, your ability to trust in yourself as much as you could have, I feel is somehow linked here. And I feel like tears like just fall like a slow moving waterfall from your third eye, from your and down your eyes and down over your whole body. And before it was coming down to the umbrella and just washing off, going down your legs, down to your feet, and there it's stored and stacked up. And now because the umbrella's gone, it just washes down and washes through your body. And as it washes, it moves through all the way through and is cleared out and released through your tailbone. So running sort of down your spine, but on the inside. So clearing and letting go. And as that, it was quite intense to begin with, but as time passes, it's becoming it's like fading in its intensity. And now all the tears have dried up, and now we're left here with this dried up, and it feels a bit barren, dried, like a desert kind of feeling here in your third eye chakra, like all the rains have come at once and now everything's suddenly dried up, and now there's no life here somehow. I feel like this certainly is coming back to trust issues, and it may have shown up as trust issues with others in the past, but this definitely is connected with self-trust issues, I feel. So I feel this energy coming in, this green, it's like a apple green coming in and filling up your third eye chakra, and just bringing healing and comfort into your third eye and helping restore, I don't know, or rebuild or store. We might not even need to add the but store or build your ability to trust in yourself, to clear your trust issues that you have with yourself and others, and store or build your trust again. So I feel this kind of consolidating through your third eye chakra. So with this energy resolved now, or shifting out, I'm being drawn back to this bean, and this bean now feels more like a circle, so it's less bean shape and more circular in its shape, and it sits here in your womb like a whole little world here, and it could be what you're daydreaming, what you're wanting to bring into your life, could be your fantasies about life or what you'd like your life to be like. And I feel like I want to pick this up like it's a big basketball, pick this ball up from inside your sacral chakra and bring it up to your heart, and then bring it out and out into your hands where you can see it. Out in your hands, it looks like a glass globe about the size of a basketball, and it's sitting here in your hands. And inside is like everything you dream and everything that you want and wish for, everything that you hoped your life would be and perhaps isn't, or perhaps is. But I see it all playing out there like a little movie, like scene after scene, different angles, different times, different places. And it feels so fragile, like this glass feels so thin, like this dream could pop or burst any second. It could shatter, it could break. So I feel like let's break it. Let's break that bubble and help bring this to life if it's meant to be. So with that, you bring your hands together and the glass just pops like the really thin glass of a light globe, or the old light globes. And it just pops and breaks, and here in your hand is this whole world that you're holding of life, and maybe your dreams and aspirations of life. And now you bring that uncovered into your hearts, where it sits here now, ready to manifest, ready to take form at the right time. So just allowing this energy to settle, letting your shoulders relax. Let's grab a card to add here. Finish this off for you, Amanda. So nice big breath. And we have this card from the original deck. And it's this, cellular change. So this is talking about deep change in your body, like right down in your cells and your DNA. So deep shifting, deep healing that's taking place. Anchor the light into your physical body. Love, healing, union, merge, whole, complete, high vibrations, deep physical changes. And oh, look, here's that bean shape. So this is very much aligning with what I've just been doing. So I trust this supports you. Thanks, Amanda, and thank you for your support. Okay, let's pop these back and see who's next. Let's borrow a pinch bit of tissue. Oh, I love summer, but hay fever season is not fun. Okay, Amanda, that's you. Let's see who's next. Next is this person. It's Carol White. Carol, take a nice big breath and let's see what is loudest in your energy today. So, Carol, the best card we need to start your connection today is this from the second deck, and it's Clearing Vision card 69. It's in neutral. I love this. Open to your soul's vision, clarity, wake up. the clouds are parting. Gather information, see who you really are and who you want to be. Manifest your visions. So it's very much focused around the eyes and the third eye chakra. But take a nice big breath for me, Carol. And the energy that I'm picking up straight away is around your shoulders. And it's like a really small shawl, but it feels like it's made of bark or something a little denser than wool, like bark, like a stringy bark or something like this. And it's quite short, and it's sitting just over your shoulders like a little shawl to try and keep you warm. It also feels like it's creating a burden here. So what's trying to keep you warm, what's trying to keep you surviving is also a burden that you carry, which is probably not that uncommon, especially for people who are doing jobs or working to get a pay so that they can survive and they can pay the bills and feed their family or what have you. It might not be the best sort of job, but it pays the bills. So what you need to survive, what you need to keep you warm, like a job, is also a part of your burden, is the feeling. But the bark, the bark feels soft. It does feel heavy. It is sitting over the shoulders, which tells me that it is a burden that you carry. But it is soft, and it does feel like, it feels like a nest in some ways too. Like we could pull apart the fabric and the fibers of this bark and create a little nest for you. So it is like your nest egg that you're creating. It's a nest egg that you're working towards to not only survive now, but to go the distance or survive in the more of a longer term in your life. So wear that proudly, I feel, in some ways, because it is you creating the nest that you need to create for yourself. So now moving down to your solar plexus chakra, which is just above your navel. This is your power center. Your power center feels a bit sickly in here, like there's a nauseous feeling, like there's a feeling of powerlessness that wants to move up and out, like nausea. It wants to it feels a bit sickly and it wants to come out. So there's a powerless feeling here that wants to come up and out. So just letting that move up and out as you let go and bring feelings of powerlessness that you have to the surface for release, so that you're not holding on and keeping yourself stagnant and stuck in a stagnant and stuck place. So with this powerlessness energy coming up and out, and as that frees up in your solar plexus, it starts feeling warmer in here, less nauseous, warmer and more comforting is the feeling. How can I describe it? Like a nice warm fire on a cold night that you're sitting in front of, that just warms you in here. So there's a gentleness, a warmth to your power, to your strength. And now moving energy down, so like this fire here at your solar plexus, just allowing that fiery energy, the warmth. It doesn't feel furious and fierce, but it's just warm. It's just a constant. It's just there. It feels very, there's a content feeling with it. And it just extends from your solar plexus across to your waist, and then down your hips and down both of your legs. I'm bringing warmth and support to your feet and to your ankles and to your legs themselves to help you create strong roots in your life, strong roots with your body and strong roots in your life at this time and where you are in your life. And aside from that, things feel good. So let's grab another card to add here, Carol. So the best card to add is this. It's from the second deck as well. And it's this Winter's Hibernation, card 107. And it says, body at rest. Relax, heal, mend, switch off, take a break. Slow moving, replenish your body. Dormant cave, seeds waiting, seasons and patience. So there is a general slowing down feeling here too, of taking your time with things, You may even feel a bit like you're in hibernation mode, or slipping into the cave quietly for healing. You may even feel a bit quieter and slow moving than you usually do, and that's okay. It's just your body is shifting and adjusting, and you're still shifting and adjusting, coming to terms with where you find yourself is the feeling. So that's that. Thanks, Carol. Thanks for your support, and namaste. I trust that resonates. Okay, let's see who's next. Next on my list is this person. So I've got 6. We've got 4 more people to connect with. Nicki Mohler. Nicki, take a nice big breath. Actually, I'll just take a drink. So how's everyone feeling over there? Okay. Let's grab a card for you, Nicki, and see where what we're going to do today. So nice big breath. And this is the card to start your connection, which is this. Oh, look at that. Strong energy. Remove the mask. Card 99. How cool is it having card 99? Remove the mask. Reveal the truth. Uncovered. Stop masking. Real. Don't pretend or distract yourself. Be honest. Deep healing. True power emerging. And show yourself. Show yourself. Reveal yourself. And it feels like something that wants to come out from within you. Okay. So Nicki, nice big breath. Let's tune in. Okay, so I'm feeling this energy that's pushing you to the side and trying to push you off balance, off track somehow. It's coming from the left and it's pushing you. It's probably coming in from the past, because the left side connects with the past. So something that's coming and trying to push you off track. And it might be when you just sort of feel like you're on track and you feel like things are fairly stable within you, that something pushes you off. Maybe, something from the past pushes you off or tries to push you over on your path. Your feet are actually quite grounded here, because I feel like your feet are really wanting to stay planted. And it's like whatever this is that's pushing you, it's like pushing your body, but not your feet. So your feet are staying put. And you don't feel like you're falling over, but there's something is trying to push you from the past and push you over and get you off track here. But your feet are so grounded. I feel like there must be something that you're doing that's quite physical, something that you like doing perhaps, or some grounding practice that you have that really keeps you grounded, because your feet aren't moving anywhere. And there is this determination, some real strength inside you that's keeping you on your path, even when things and the winds want to blow you over and a force from the past wants to pull you off track. You hold your ground and you hold strong here. And yes, you might feel a bit dizzy or a bit disorientated for a little bit, but then your body comes back up, because your body can't go anywhere except for where your feet are. So if your feet are grounded and really anchored and really strong, you're really fixed in their position, then your body might be blown over a bit like a tree might blow, but the roots and the area of the trunk that's closest to the ground will keep that tree from falling over, unless it's a very strong wind and it breaks. But let's just say it doesn't break and it just comes back into position. So your feet, your groundedness, there is very, very strong. And in fact, in some ways it feels like it's saving you from blowing off course. And it feels like you could blow off course, because this force that's pushing you, this wind, feels like a wind sometimes, and it feels like a bunch of cows or something running, or cattle running towards you, or like a stampede that's trying to push you over. So it comes and it goes, but it's quite the force. So well done to you for keeping strong roots and staying strong on your path. So now I feel like this is coming up for a reason. So I feel now that breeze, that force is sort of backed off a little bit here, that your body, the rest of your body's coming up into position in alignment with your feet. So like the tree stopped swaying, the breeze has stopped, and it's now just holding in its position. And holding in its position, there is something quite calm here, and something quite calm and something very peaceful. And maybe it's your peace that gets blown off, because maybe there's a part of you that thinks you shouldn't feel peace, or you shouldn't feel contented, or you feel guilty for feeling that, or something like that potentially. Because when there's no breeze or no force, it is so peaceful, so much peace that you feel. So holding on to that peace is also feels like it keeps you grounded. So I don't feel like there's any stepping forward here. Like, I really just want to honor this space of solidity and groundedness and peace that's coming in here. As I scan your body, I feel like I just like to do a wash here, like an energetic wash. So I feel this light coming from above, from the universe. It's a very light golden light. So like a warm gold, but not intensely bright. It's just a soft gold. And it comes down like a beam of light from the universe above, and it washes down. It's about the width of your shoulders, and it washes down over through your crown, through your head. So going inside and also out, like your crown is open and is welcome this light in. You're having a wash on the inside and the outside. Now, as it gets to the throat, it pushes energy down into the heart, and the heart feels a bit heavy here. So allowing this golden light to dissolve that heaviness, lighten up that heaviness on your chest and that heaviness in your throat as it moves down your body. I feel your arms down by your sides, and sort of energy just dripping out from your shoulders down your arms and dripping out your fingertips as you let go. Moving down through your chest, your torso, your spine, your back, your belly, and down through your hips and your waist. There is a bit of a stop feeling here, where it does feel like there's just a little bit of an obstacle. So it just pushes down past like a few rocks or something, it feels like. Pushes those out like a pipe that might have a few rocks in it. Just pushes that gravel, that rock out. Down your legs it goes. And now it feels very thick, like lava. So it's like thick, soft golden light. And it's just really thick, really oozing down your legs here, pushing out those rocks, moving through your knees and moving down and out your feet. And it feels really nice, actually, and very internal. So lots of inner energy moving, and just letting it soak out from your feet and spread out along the ground, where it just returns back to love and soaks into the ground, into the earth. It feels so nice. So holding in that space of peace, and just holding there as best as you can. You can't stop the outer storms coming in trying to blow you off course. You can look at if it's your own guilt or your own thoughts, negative thoughts perhaps that you have that are part of this storm that wants to blow you over, or this stampede that's trying to knock you off balance. But if it's external, all you can do is just your best to hold strong within it, to be flexible and move with it, but then always come back to that central position where you can find your peace and find your calm. So I trust that helps you, Nicki. Let's grab a card to add here as we finish off. And the best card is, let's go with this one from the first deck. And it's Mental Healing, card 19. So this is actually probably highlighting that there is some of your own thoughts, your own negativity that can be maybe whipping up the stampede or whipping up the winds or the storm that might be knocking you off. So perhaps it's also good to look at maybe feelings of guilt that you have, or feelings that you have that are trying to knock you off balance, or thoughts that you have. So card 19, it says healing of your mind through exploration and inner reflection. Get back in charge of your thoughts. Clear your mind. Positivity and awareness. But your grounding is certainly very, very strong. And they're both 9 cards, 99 and 19. So thanks, Nicki. Thanks for your support. And I trust this resonates and supports you. Thank you. Namaste. Okay, let's see who's next. Next on the list is this person, And it is KantiDevi Wedad, so welcome, Kanti. Let's grab a card for you. Oops. So the best card as we start your connection, Kanti, is this. Oh, there's an energy that wants to move, like dance here. Or coming full circle card, 110. This is the last card in the deck of 110 cards. It's in the Rise category, and it says the end of an old era and the start of a new era. So the end of an old chapter, the start of a new chapter, but it's more than that. It might be like a series in a book, for example, an era of our life. An era of your life is ending, and the era of your life is starting. Life goes on. Endings are also beginnings. Completion, a new phase starts. It could be bittersweet. Message and close the door. So the end and the beginning of something coming full circle. But there is like a celebration feeling here in your body, Kanti, because I feel this sort of move, like a belly dancing move or something like that, you know, that feels very hip focused, very torso focused, quite shoulder focused and hand focused, is this movement that I'm feeling throughout your body that feels almost like a serpent that's waking up inside you, like a serpent of light, a serpent of truth, a serpent of truth that's opening and awakening within you, and it's sitting there within your womb. It has been sitting there coiled up within your womb, and it's awakened. So it's awakened. It's like, you know, an Indian might be playing the flute and you see the snakes kind of moving in the basket in front of them. That's sort of the feeling here. Something's awakened inside you. This snake, this serpent of truth, which feels like a good thing. This is truth that's awakened within you. And I feel like this snake has shed its skin recently because it feels renewed and youthful and fresh and juicy with life again. Whereas it was feeling, perhaps I get this sense that previously, maybe in the last few weeks or the last month or so, it could have even been the last few days, it's been feeling quite tight and restricted, like it didn't have much movement or freedom to move because it felt like the skin around this snake was getting too tight. It was outgrowing it now. So it needed to shed its skin, and I see that this snake shed its skin. This part of you shed itself, its limiting tight skin, so that it could dance and move again in the freedom and flexibility that is available to it. So something's shifting and moving, and it's growing from in your sacral chakra as it feels like a force of life, life itself. It feels like creation. It feels like something that wants to create itself in your life. It feels like the creator within you has awakened and has released some restrictions and limitations. It's shed its old skin, and it wants to come up now and out into the world. So I feel like it's coming up, it's dancing through the middle of your body, and it's making its way up through your heart, and then potentially out through your throat, where it will come out into your life. So it's probably not manifested yet as like whatever this new thing is, but it's something that's brewing, it's something that's growing, it's something that's emerging and awakening inside you. So it's sitting around your heart, the head of this. And as it moves up to your throat, this is when you're going to get the clarity of expression. So the clarity of whatever it is that this is going to be, or how this is going to look, at least to some degree, or in some facet. So it might be, this is what I'm going to do next, like a clarity, like a light bulb moment as it gets to the throat, because this is where it wants to express and come out into your life and be a part of your life experience. So it's a power within you that's coming out that is awakened, and everything else is really insignificant to this. I feel like this is working with this, moving with this, dancing with this, celebrating this in some ways. This is all that matters right now, is the feeling. So rest with it, dance with it. Let the energy move up through your throat as you tap into the power of that's you, and get ready to express and bring it to life in your life. So that's that, Kanti. Let's see which card we need to add here. And we have this card from the second deck. And it's this, the Tree of Life. So this is life, card 106. It says, life calls you, roots growing, see the beauty all around. Everything moves in cycles, and some cycles are easier than others. Be patient, and there are lessons to learn. This feels like a strength to your core that's really growing up from the roots and the strong roots and foundations that you've established in your life. And this is you bringing that's inside, that's mysterious and deep and unknown, and maybe there on the tip of your tongue, but you don't know quite how to work with it yet, or how to explain it, or how to bring it best into fruition. It's sitting there under the surface, in the ground. It's sitting in the ground. So this is that serpent coming up very close to the top, which is just at the heart here, very close to this place of expression, the place where the light comes in, the place where things reveal themselves, the place where we manifest things, which is at the throat, at the surface, above ground. So bringing the shadowy into the light, the shadowy, the truth of who you are, it feels. So thanks, Kanti. I trust that supports you, and thank you for your support. Namaste. Okay. Just have a drink. We have 2 more people on the list. And the next person is this person. It is Jane. Jane Corlett. Please take a nice big breath, Jane. Yes, I don't think I will be mowing the lawns until the end of the day because the clouds have all parted and it'll be very hot out there now in the sun. It's like scorching, that sun. Okay, Jane, a nice big breath. Your best card as we start this connection is this reconnection, card 20. So this is about clearing separation issues and reconnecting. So reconnecting, let's see. I feel like this is you reconnecting with yourself, which will then ripple out and orchestrate or lead into a reconnection with others. So instead of feeling or thinking that a disconnection or a separation with others, this might be people you have conflict with, or people that you're not really gelling with right now, or there's some underlying issue or something there. I feel like the key to resolving those external things, those external relationships that potentially need reconnecting, is to actually reconnect with yourself first. Because I feel like these things, these external relationships, this tension that might be playing out, it's got to be more than one instance, maybe 2, but I'll be surprised if it's only 2. It feels like in a few areas, I feel like these are reflecting a disconnection within you. And actually, as I tune in, I can feel that there's this split that comes up between your chin here, your chin and your pubic bone. It feels like this whole area is split and open, but only at the front. It might sound awful, but it's like, gutting open a fish or something. It feels like a slit that's come in and it's ripped open here at the front. The back feels intact at this time, so it just feels like you've been opened up here at the front, almost like you've had open heart surgery, but through that whole section, and you haven't been closed up. Like it feels like something's really opened here, but cut, sliced open, sharp, like something, and you haven't been closed up. So there's probably this feeling that you've had lately, Jane, of feeling super vulnerable and really fragile, because basically, energetically, all your insides are exposed. So, like, sometimes it's hard enough just to expose the front of our body to the vulnerabilities of our most sensitive areas at the front of our body. So if you've you know, struggling with that, and then you're also cut open here and you're revealing your actual insides. And maybe that's part of the problem or part of the solution, is for you to reveal your insides. And maybe you've spent a lot of your life really protecting yourself, and perhaps with good reason, because you don't want to be hurt again, and to be able to survive and continue living in your life that you're living. So in some ways, this energetic open heart surgery is actually forcing you to open up, to let the guard down, and perhaps in an extreme way in this case, but to expose your most softest, intimate, fragile parts. This doesn't feel right. We're certainly going to be closing it, but I feel like there is a part of you that's perhaps wanted to get close to people, and a part of you that's also perhaps pushed people away in general. So I feel in some ways the tightness, you know, it's like, you know, the snake skin actually that I was talking about before. If we don't shed that skin, if the snake doesn't shed its skin, it's just going to crack, it's just going to split and shed itself anyway. So I feel in some ways this has occurred, this split, because things have become tight and restricted, and maybe your guard has become quite limiting, that it's actually cracked itself and it's cracked you open at the same time. So I wouldn't be surprised if you've been feeling quite separate, quite vulnerable, quite split, and maybe quite disconnected across the board, and quite vulnerable and quite exposed. You might have felt like you just want to protect yourself, and you may have been wearing some clothes to really cover yourself, like scarves and things over the front, to try and cover this exposed area. You may even been wanting to hide out. So I feel like I want to take all these layers off that you've put there to protect, and let's resolve this now. So this is basically a split. This is a separation within you, a conflict within that is calling to be resolved. So I feel like you've got like 3 or 4 big winter scarves on to try and protect and hide this part of yourself. So we just take these off, and I assure you that it's safe for you here. And I feel a wave of emotion that's coming up from your heart, actually, because I feel there's something very personal and private and very emotional and vulnerable that I feel is stirring up now. And it's like bubbles of emotion that are coming up from the heart, and in some ways it feels like it takes your breath away. So there's a feeling like it's affecting your ability to breathe life in as well. It's taking your breath away. It feels heavy over your shoulders, so it's a burden that you carry. And actually you feel quite low and small now, like really small within yourself, like a small version of you. So I feel like I want to lay you out, like down on your back. And so with you laid out here, you can't hide, you can't be small, you're just laid out here. Just take some big deep breaths. And my spiritual surgeon, Marion, steps forward. He's a very large light being, and he comes forward and he starts by putting his hands down on your belly, so in the middle part of this split, which is about your solar plexus, puts his hands down like this and just spreads across this opening, this slit in your body. There's energy moving here in your throat that feels really uncomfortable, and again this heaviness here in your heart. And he spreads light across, so it's like a stream of white light coming down and then across this split and across this body. And here he starts at the top here, right under the point of your chin. And he starts, it's like a silken thread, but it's like he's going like this, a silken thread, and he's mending or sewing up this split as it at the widest point, which is actually your solar plexus. That's the middle and widest point. This thread, you know, he's really sort of stretching out, and then he comes in as he's moving down towards your pubic bone here, and he's sewing that whole area together. And then he pulls on the thread at the bottom when he's finishing up, and pulls all that nice and firm and closed in here. And then as it's pulled in and closed off, it's like that white light that he put on before helps stick the sides together, or merge these sides together again. They fuse, that's the word I'm looking for, they fuse together. And now you've got this sort of a scar really at the moment of a scar that runs all the way down here. And so Marion steps back and just offering him thanks for coming in. And so now you're off that table and you're sitting here. It's like you've just had surgery, actually feeling a bit weakened and perhaps in recovery mode. And I feel like it's probably going to take a couple of days for this to settle and resolve. But basically, this has been a reconnection and reconnecting you with yourself. Also, it's been a part of removing the unhealthy boundaries or guard that you've put up over yourself to protect yourself throughout a lot of your life. It feels like that's actually been broken down as part of this split, and now you're going to have to find a new ways to create healthier, more supportive boundaries for yourself, that is less hiding away, hiding behind, but is more supportive of your growth and stepping out into the world. I feel like this is linked with these relationships or these friendships or these issues that might only be niggly things in some cases, but I feel like this is linked here. So you might find that those threads actually are starting to dissolve. So there should be some resolution in relationship issues that you might start to notice as well. So what I would be doing now is, over the next few days, Jane, is just being gentle with your body and just seeing, sort of going with the flow of that, of what your body feels like it needs, and go from there. Let's grab a card, see what this wants to add. So the best card to add here, Jane, to finish this off is this from the first deck, and it's self-love, card 7. So this is a gentleness that's coming in. It's in the rest category. So it's a slowing down, a rest, a healing, a recovery time. And it's not going to be a long time. I feel just perhaps a couple of days at the most, where you just be sort of settling into this new configuration and working out your new healthy and supportive boundaries that you want to set up for yourself. And maybe focusing on something that you like to do. In this drawing, I drew this figure painting a scene of nature. You may want to, do something crafty or creative in the next couple of days, just to sort of help get the energy moving and help you settle into the new that it's brought in. It says spend time in reflection, silence or solitude to help you connect with who you are. And we could add that word, reconnect with who you are, which is ultimately what we've done. Make time to ground, meditate, or create and support and love. So making time to create and just something gentle you might find really helpful for you, Jane. So thank you so much. Thanks for your support, and I trust this supports you. Namaste. Okay, thank you very much. So I'm moving to the last person now. I want to thank you so much for joining me. If you're heading off soon, if you'd like to be a part of this healing time next month, then you're very welcome to join up and become a patron. So at the $50 US level or higher, you automatically are added to this healing event, which happens at the end of each month. You can stay as long as you like. You can stay 1 month and try it out. You could stay a few months if you find it helpful for you. You could stay, some people stay a few years. You can come and go. Some people come and go. Whatever you feel like you need to do. Connect in this way and you'd like this sort of support, then please have a look on my Patreon page. You can find the link in the video description, or let me know if you can't find it and I can point you in the right direction. Okay, the best card, Susan. It's your turn now. Please take a nice big breath, Susan Sonsteng. And let's see where we're going with you. Okay, there's a nice balance that's actually feeling like it's coming in to your body. And we have this card, Dedicated Focus, card 92. It's in the depth category here. And it says, be consistent, remain dedicated, give it your attention, be mentally focused. You are capable, believe in yourself, have a go and see it through. So dedicated focus here. And I feel this dedicated focus very much on your balance and your body. I feel, as I'm tuning in, your body feels to me like it's in pretty good balance here, Susan. So I'm feeling very much, if I if I drew a line down the middle of your body, I'm feeling a balance on the left and right sides, which is the first thing I'm feeling for as I feel for balance and your state of balance. Things feel even on both sides, which is really nice. So that tells me that your whatever issues you've had with the past previously are pretty much resolved or feeling quite peaceful at this time, and your perhaps uncertainty or whatever you want to do moving forward into your future is also fairly stable. So your past and your future energies are quite stable here, which makes me feel that you feel quite present, quite grounded and balanced and present in the here and now, which feels really nice. So what I feel like I'd like to do to help strengthen that is help ground you a little bit more. So what I'm feeling is like what is that? It's like a unicorn horn, an alicorn that comes out of a unicorn's third eye, but it's coming out of your tailbone, and it feels spirally, and it feels like an extended cone shape and rounded. It's quite rounded in itself, and it's very long though, and it's growing out from your base chakra, from your tailbone, and going down into the ground. So it's like spiraling down with its point, and it's not ultra pointy, but it's pointed side, and it's funneling down into the ground. It's really drilling in some ways, drilling down into the earth and helping you stay grounded. In fact, it's going all the way down to the very core of the earth, the very center of the earth. It feels very fiery and hot in there, and very raw and primal. So like raw potential deep, deep, deep down inside you. And I feel like it taps into that right down in there and really grounds you and anchors. It's a bit like, a kite. If a kite needs a string so it can stay grounded to us. So it's a bit like a string of a kite, and the kite is your body, the kite is you. And the kite wants to fly, and it wants to do all sorts of things, tricks up there and play and have fun or whatever, just go through life things which aren't always fun and maybe they are tricky. But the kite wants to do its thing, and I feel like this is like your body's the kite, and the drilling down this core, this root, this whatever it is that we have that's just come out from your base chakra, that's going down into the core of the earth. It feels like the string of a kite, and it's holding you to the earth, it's holding you grounded. So I think this might also be, just be careful you're not going off on mental tangents or even high fantasy things of winning the lottery. I think that's a big high fantasy thing that a lot of people seem to come back to. But be careful you're not dreaming or thinking or daydreaming pie the sky of the sky things, things that are just too out there, that are unrealistic and ungrounded. So this cord, this connection will help bring you back to earth in a balanced state, bring you back to earth, bring you back to the practicality of your physicality, of your physical experience, the productivity of what you can do and create in your life today. And yeah, have dreams, have hopes, have wishes, but just be careful that they're not all really pie, or most of them aren't pie in the sky, unreachable goals, because that will unground you. So this is grounding you into the present moment. It's also tapping you into that core of the earth, which connects with the source of you, your inner core, the source of life within you, the source of light, the source of creation inside. I feel like tapped into that, and it's like the inside of this cord, like this alicorn, horn of a unicorn. It's like a straw on the inside, and I feel like it's sucking up through this channel. It's sucking up the life of the core of the earth, that life within you. It's sucking it up through the string and bringing it and distributing it up into your body, up into your tailbone, to help you stay grounded and stay present in the physical, and up through your body. So mainly through your spine is the feeling, actually, because it feels like this has actually been an extension of your spine, like if a kangaroo tail emerged from your tailbone and then going down into the earth. So this is all an extension of your spine. So bringing that life force, that energy through that channel, through that straw of your spine, And then as it moves to the top point, which feels like it's at the crown of your head, which I know that's not exactly the top of your spine, but I feel like that's where it's delivered to, then it spreads out and feeds or flows or distributes this, it's like a medicine, almost like a potion or something. It feels like an elixir from the earth, from the center of things. It distributes that now through your brain, through your head, and down through all your blood vessels and capillaries and veins and things, and all through your body is distributing this life force. And it's distributing in a nice balanced way. It's very red, very fiery, but it also feels very kind of blood-like, so very much like the core of life. I feel this just distribution of life throughout you. And it goes all the way down to your fingertips, I feel, and all the way down to the tips of your toes, and right to the tip of your nose, just to add a bit of fun in there. And just, you feel like you're pulsating with life, but very, very grounded, very anchored, just quite beautiful. So thank you. Thank you, Susan. Oh. All right, let's grab a card to finish off this connection and finish off this whole event. So thanks for joining me today. I will be back tomorrow too for the healing list event for patrons. So I look forward to connecting with you then, our last one for the year. So we'll probably do something around that, but we'll find out tomorrow. For now, I'm looking for Susan's best card here to finish up, which is this one. It's from the second deck. And it's this, being resistless. So the absence of resistance or fear, or feeling fear and resistance and moving anyway. Card 83, it's in the action category, so there's movement in this card. This is that beam of light here coming down. And this is, this is interesting. So this beam of light, this beam, and okay, so this is actually that string, because it's that same shape. If I have it upside down, that's what the feeling of that extended out from your spine and extended down, but it was slightly corkscrewed, so it had slight movement, and it was more cone shaped than flat, moving down. So this is that connection with you, and it's sort of now feels like it's flipped up the other way in this particular drawing. Like if it was the string of a kite, the string is connecting up to the universe and plugging you in there. So through that groundedness, it says release resistance, fear and anxiety and go for it. It is safe for you to proceed. Trust in the unfolding. Be surprised. Don't hesitate. And summon your courage to step forward and step into the unknown, and to keep following the light that's grounded you now. Keep following that string of the kite. Keep following that extension of your spine, your tail, if you had a tail. But keep following that path, and that path that connects you to source, that connects you to life itself, whether it be the earth, whether it be the universe, whether it be your own heart, or your own personal power, your own, the creation, the creator within you. That's what you've been encouraged to follow. So I trust that supports you. Thanks, Susan. Thank you so much. Namaste. And thank you, everybody, for connecting. I trust that you found this helpful in some way. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be back to connect with you potentially tomorrow or some other time. Take care, and thanks for connecting. Thank you. Namaste.